And this is Gazbot powering up! Ha ha! We're here. We're live. It is me, Gazbot. It is TRL Twitch Request Live Holiday Edition. The last one we're going to do before Christmas, but not the last one during the holiday season, of course. As you can see, things have changed. It's snowing here in the Gazbot lair, and there's some little lighties around. There's occasionally a Santa comes by and just rings his bells, probably startling me, and hopefully not you. And yeah, so what are we doing? Well, as I said, this is Total Request Live. This is the stream I do every Friday, 5:30 Pacific Central Time. That is California, U.S. time. And I will be on for about an hour and a half, sometimes a little longer, doing sketching and requests. No finished final art. I'm going to move my camera a little bit this way. Nope. This way. Haha, more centered. Excellent. So what I usually do is I will start doing some sketches for myself, and then in between I will take requests. I actually, you know what? I remember now. I had set something up. Just you could put the requests in the chat. You could, if you want to put them all caps, put them on their own line. That'll help them jump out a little bit more. But you could, put it however you want. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start by sketching a character from He-Man. And this is a character called Ram Man. And this is one of the ones for myself, since obviously I don't have any requests yet, since people are just now showing up. But what Ram Man is, he was in the original cartoon in the 80s and then again in the 2000s. And there's been several figures and versions of him made. I've never liked him. He's always been one of my least favorite characters. The reason I started thinking about him because I was thinking about Christmas, and I was thinking when I was a kid, one year, 1980 something, as the Goldbergs would say, I got a Ram Man He-Man figure for Christmas, and I didn't love it. Of all the He-Man figures, it was my least favorite. It was kind of clunky. You couldn't really pose him. His gimmick was, not that great, like a spring-loaded feet that didn't quite work. And in the show, he was kind of this really dumb character. Like he should be like kind of a tough bruiser, but instead he was like, "Duh, He-Man, what are we doing?" And not even like a cool barbarian way. Just like he was, useless and played for comedic effect. Hey, Merry Almost Christmas, Dolly girl. Merry Almost Christmas to you. Um, and are you? I assume you're working still and slacking off at work, which is fine with me. Um, but anyway, yeah. So I never really liked Ram Man, and I ended up that Christmas getting two of him for Christmas. Which as an adult, I now know that my mother and my aunt both just were like, "Oh, he likes He-Man, get him He-Man figures." And Ram Man was probably easy to come by / on sale because he wasn't that popular. But as a kid, I'm like, "How could this have happened? Santa's made some sort of error. I received another child's present. Oh well." And I think I also got a duplicate Gamorrean guard from Star Wars that year, but they're like troop builders, so I didn't really care. There's lots of them. But the Ram Man, I remember wanting to like return it in some way and not really knowing how, and actually growing up with two of my least favorite He-Man figure. Indeed, good for you, good for you. Um, can you see the Christmassy theme I put up? It shows up on mine, but I hope it shows up for everybody. A little bit of snow, a little bit of lights. That'll be the only snow I'll be seeing this year, since now that I live in California, we don't get snow, which I miss. But I go back to New Jersey now and again and get a little bit of snow when I'm visiting family. Um, by the way, last week, if you remember, I was on the verge of getting like a little bit of a sore throat, sick, and I did get a little sick, not too serious. And I'm mostly over it now, but I might be a little sniffy, a little bit clearing my throaty, so I apologize for that in advance. I feel fine. My energy levels are good, but it's the aftermath of having been sick. I'm still, a little sniff, sniff, sniff. But anyway, so yeah, Ram Man, duplicate toy I got for Christmas. Never a big fan of the character. So what I'm doing is not looking at reference for any version of him, just sort of doing my version out of my head. And the main thing is he's got this big bucket on his head, kind of like Juggernaut, and like kind of a metal pauldron, and he would like smash into things like the Juggernaut. The more I talk about it, the more I realize he's very like the Juggernaut, and I'm reasonably sure the Juggernaut came first. I wonder if he was inspired by that, or if it's just sort of a common theme with this sort of tough guy bruiser fantasy setting. All right, that's the rough. I'm going to go ahead in and lower my brush size and get hard round pressure size. And everybody that's here, thank you very much for checking me out. If you're lurking, that's cool. If you're new, we are doing Twitch Request Live, which means after I finish this sketch for myself, I will take requests for other characters or whatever, and do a quick sketch of those. So right now, I don't think there's any requests, so your chances of getting chosen are high. And even if you throw a request out and it doesn't get chosen right away, I do this for, an hour and a half, 2 hours ish. So I might come back and look at older requests and pick one later. So it never hurts to throw it out. Of course, you could also just chat or throw out a question or whatever you want to do on this holiday edition of Twitch Request Live with me, Gazbot. Oh, also, one other thing I should mention is I became affiliate not too long ago, thanks to all you lovely people, and once again, I appreciate that. And one of the things that means is that I could make emotes for my subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, unfortunately, you can't use the emote. But if you are a subscriber, I did make my first emote. For tier 1, you would only get one. And actually, let me see if I could. I'll throw it in there right now so you could see. How do I? What? It's saying it's locked for me. Oh, okay, good. Thanks. Erzuki showed it. Good. That's the one. It's a little Gazbot face with an OK. I'll probably do 2 more eventually for the other tiers, and then maybe if people prefer those, I'll take some kind of vote and let people vote on what they think the tier 1 version should be, so that the most popular one could be the most accessible. But yeah, there's that. I just finished that up. On one of my previous streams, I was doing roughs for them, so I still need to do 2 more, but at least I got 1 done for the few subscribers I have. Okay, hype. Yeah. It's because it's not okay. It's like, okay! Wait, did I get that on camera? Okay! There you go. The big thumbs up. So this helmet always also reminds me of Boba Fett a little bit, the way it's got the T. And I realize that's probably just sort of a common design for, medieval times because you need to be able to see but cover up. It's like that balance of protection versus visibility, but still the T in my mind always goes to Boba Fett. Okay, hype. Erzuki says, "Hey Gaz, this is okay." Okay, what? A lot of crazy emotes flying around. We got some Erzuki proprietary emotes. We got some Gazbot proprietary emotes, and we got a Ram Man. It's interesting. I was gonna call this a redesign, and I guess in some senses it is a redesign because I'm not using reference and just kind of designing it out of my head based on what I remember. But it's not a redesign in the sense that I'm not like, okay, how am I gonna approach this now that I'm creating it and doing a little research and figuring out what I like. I'm just sort of drawing it off the top of my head. So calling it my version is probably a little bit more accurate or my style than saying a redesign because a true redesign, I'd spend a little more time thinking about it. Proprietary. Yes. Did I say it wrong or are you just mocking my face? I don't think he had one of these little nose guards, but I think it makes sense that he should. And I guess it's attached with a hinge there because it has to be able to move forward. It can't lay flat, especially not for all the, it's not going to be the same size for everybody. But there, I'll put a little bit of shadow under it. Now he's got a shadow nose guard. That'll protect him from shadows. Erzuki is just mocking my face. Well, that's fine. My face is for mocking, among other things. It's a multi-use face. It's multifaceted. Oh. Whoa, there goes Santa Claus. There goes Santa Claus right down Gazbot Lane. And you know what that means? Nothing. I didn't prepare anything for that. That means give me a request and you got a good chance that I will draw it. And I'll probably throw a little bit of color on this guy. I'll probably just keep it to this one pass of, for lack of a better term, inks. I mean, those are pretty sloppy for inks, but I will finish these up and then go in with a color pass. When I started doing this, I didn't think I would do much color at all, but, it's been, I don't know, a month or two I've been doing these, and I end up doing a lot of color. Not all of them get color, but a lot of them do. Gazbot Lane. There you go, Dolly Girl. Why not? Gazbot Lane. Jingle balls, jingle bells, jingle balls. That's more like a party you would go to. I'm going to the Jingle Ball. What are they going to play there? Jingle bells? Where is it? Gazbot Lane. What? I've never heard of that. Well, clearly you haven't been watching the Twitch stream. Santa Claus goes down Gazbot Lane. I don't know how frequently. Once every 5-10 minutes? I don't know. I think that's the first time he showed up. So we'll have to keep track of that. Get a little Santa tracker going on. Oh, what is chat saying? It's Samurai Ox saying, "What up?" And I'll say, "Nothing much, buddy. How are you doing?" Abe Sapien, hey all. We got an Abe, we got a Samurai Ox. They're saying hello to each other. That's okay. I am in the middle of my first sketch for myself, which is a quick, my version, no reference of the He-Man character Ram Man, my least favorite He-Man character. And as of now, I think we have no requests, so it's wide open playing field if anybody has anything they want to throw out there. Not throw up, but throw out. I gotta get his nozzle, his nose nozzle, because it's like a hose of. Let's not get into that. That could get gross too quickly. I feel like I made his mouth too pretty. Like he should probably be more of like a angry tough guy. He looks like too serene. So maybe I'll show a little bit of just a little bit of teeth. Ah, there's my teeth. You like them? Whoa, things are happening. Ox is throwing up some crazy emotes like some rainbow bombs and a dog, and then the angel, and then Abe Sapien's like, Gert! And then Samurai Ox is like, I'm flipping a table of lightning bolts! Power Rangers! And Abe Sapien's like, Kratos! I don't know where Kratos comes from. Samurai Ox, we're doing monster trucks with mohawks tonight, right? Oh, you one-track pony. You two-track pony. Two-track? Two-trick. You're a two-trick pony. I don't know things. Shouldn't you be swimming, sir? Samurai Ox is one of the few samurais of the ox variety that can survive in water through swimming classes. So usually, if there's an ox charging you, you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. And then if they're a samurai ox, you're like, I'm doomed unless I can find some water. But this one, nope. He's aqua certified. So beware. I don't know what you could do. Find, I don't know, a frozen lake maybe? Would that even protect you? You might. Luckily, he generally fights for honor and goodness, so you're probably okay unless you're a nefarious ne'er-do-well. And if that's true, then I don't want to give you tips on how to escape anyway. So because you need to face the just blade of the ox that is samurai. He kids. All right. You're a kid, man. You're a man kid. Those lips. Whatever. Give him thick lips. Why not? He could have thick lips. And you know, I'm gonna give him a little stubble. Who's got time to shave when you got a big old helmet like this on your head? Abe Sapien is showing something I think is a Bob Ross. Is that a Bob Ross? Maybe it's a Bob Ross. I believe it's a Bob Ross. I believe it's Bob Ross. All right, you know what? This guy needs rivets because how is this stuff all held together? How? With rivets. Mashidar shows up. The art is real. Sheepquan no Jutsu. Bah! Well done, Naruto. Crossover sheep Mashidar man. And welcome to the holiday episode of TRL. You'll notice the snow. It's good. It fills you with festive love and light. If it doesn't, just wait and Santa will come and put it in you. Even if you don't believe in any of it, the lights are good. Samurai. Oh, wait. Dolly Girl says, draw a gothic Rainbow Bright with a mohawk. Oh, see what you've done, Ox? You've started the mohawk revolution. And Ox counters by saying, must learn how to acquire more skills in the water. Thinks about the horrors that were abound on the holiday Oregon Trail. Oregon Trail. And then Ox is like, yes, Dolly. Yes. He's corrupted her with his mohawkness. All right, let me get this in here. Doot, 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 doot. Boo, doo, boo, doo. I feel like a Gothic Rainbow Bright would almost be like the the evil version. Like I don't know if there was an evil version of Rainbow Bright. I don't remember there being one, but I feel like it would be like more black and gray and like kind of like you think colors are so cool, Rainbow Bright. Whatever. Like, hey, there's Santa. There's the bells. There's Santa's bells. So that's been what? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? I didn't keep track. Well, it's 5:44 right now. So if we remember that, which I won't, we could figure out from there how long until the next Santa sighting is. I assume it's on like a timer. I mean, I set this up, but I didn't do a very good job. I mean, it's magic. It's Santa magic. I didn't set anything up. He just showed up to give us presents. All right. Let me throw some color on this Bojumbo. I will say, I don't know that I like this version any better than the other versions. Holy cow, something's happening. Samurai Ox is now hosting my stream with one viewer. Thank you very much, sir. That is a viewer that I will accept gladly. Samurai Ox, haha, but I request a Knifehead. Knifehead, the guy who stabs himself in the head and then runs around. No, you obviously mean something Pacific Rim. And Mecha Gazbot is thanking Samurai Ox. Yes, thank you. I have my Mecha Gazbot doing my dirty work for me, but sometimes I like to get my own hands dirty. So yeah, let me throw some color in on this Jim Jam and move on. But what I was saying is, it's not the worst drawing in the world, but going back to what I was saying about a redesign versus me just doing a quick sketch, I think if I was really doing a Ram Man, this is not the version I'd be happy with. This is sort of looks like a little bit more serious version of the character, a little bit more realistic version, but that doesn't necessarily mean better. Um, yeah, I'd have to think about it a bit more, but definitely, I think I don't want him to be stupid. That's the one main change. So I want him to be tough, not stupid. But I think I kind of made the proportions of the helmet a little too subdued, and it kind of lost what makes him the character. Or maybe it's just tough because I didn't show his shoulder pads. Regardless, I'm going to push on and throw the colors in, but it is definitely just something that quickly came out of my head versus, hey, I'm actually, you know, doing a redesign with putting thought into it. All right, do some heavy grays. Actually, I'm gonna make all this gray, and then I'll go back in. He has like red undershirt. Actually, I don't mind the color scheme. Oh, it's actually very Christmas now that I think about it, because he's got a red shirt and green pants. Now we can't see the green pants, but you know they're there, so he's a Christmas man. Abe Sapien, draw Crowbar from the Wrecking Crew. Oh, okay, that's not a bad suggestion. Crowbar, the Wrecking Crew. I always associate them with Thor. I don't. I guess they fight Spider-Man and other people too, but if I remember correctly, their weapons are Asgardian, correct? And Crowbar, I'd have to look up a reference, but I think he's the leader, and he wears green and purple, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so now we have at least, I think we have two suggestions or requests in the box there. As I continue, I'll put the whites of his eyes. I have that under, like the sketch layer here that I should take out, but I kind of like it. It gives it kind of like a rusty, dirty look to the armor, so I'm going to leave it. And what I'll do is I'll just erase the parts. I do this a lot when I'm doing prints and stuff. I'll have like the rough layer underneath, and I'll just lower the opacity a lot and erase it so it's not falling outside, and just leave it in for a texture. I might take it off the flesh part of his face, but like I said, I like it on the metal. Samurai Ox says, "Does Ramen have a similar? Oh, Ram Man. Ramen. Does Ram Man have a similar design of Manny Faces? Can't remember if that's his name. Manny Faces is a character, yes. Ram Man. I guess yeah, Ramen. The background should be hot pink. I'm not sure if you mean for this or for your request, but as it turns out, right above me is my He-Man collection. I don't have a Ram Man figure, shockingly, but I do have this Manny Faces. Now, this is the one, the Filmation version that came out just recently to look like the cartoon, so that he has a similar kind of big head thing here, but it serves, I can't do it on this one, but you switch it and it changes his faces. Manny Faces was one of my favorite characters, so it's not about having a big helmet, because Manny Faces like had a gun and his head would switch to a monster and a robot and stuff. So is there some similarities? Yes, but not that much. All right, so let me see. I'm going to go ahead and make this all red because he couldn't. Well, I guess he could have armor on his neck, but I'm thinking he has to put his head down. It wouldn't make sense. So I'm going to just go ahead and imagine this is maybe he has like chainmail under it, or it's like a thick leather. Yeah, it's probably a thick leather. And then I'll just extend it a little bit there, and I'll do the same thing over here. And then we'll imagine most of the rest of that is armor on top. Okay, let me give him an eye color of. Let's give him like really bright blue eyes. Like why not? Like people see these like beautiful bright shining eyes in the darkness, and then they're like clobbered. That's actually a little bit crazy. It's sort of like a turquoise or a color somebody couldn't really have. Although I guess I was saying that whatever, it's fine. I want to make it more blue. There we go. A little more blue. Flutes. All right, and then I'm just gonna put a quick cell shade on top of the whole thing. I don't want to get too crazy, and then we'll move on to request time. So select inverse, and I'll put a layer, and I'll bring that layer down to 50%, and then we'll get a black brush. What's in chat here? Ape Sapien, yeah, not sure how a crowbar is Asgardian, but I guess. Yeah, I don't remember the exact origin, but my thought is that they all have these weapons made out of like construction equipment, but maybe the metal was like Uru metal or whatever they make Mjolnir out of, and it's like some crazy golden age story of like we were criminals that worked on a site, and then we found this lump of metal from Asgard, so we banged it into crowbar. Like I'm getting it a little wrong, but it's like there's something like that. Dolly Girl likes the snow and lights. Well, thank you. I do too. I was having trouble getting him to work, and then Erzuki stepped in and gave me some help at the last minute. And then Samurai Ox, I always thought he had the nose guard and swapped the expression of his face. Oh no, the nose. No, I don't. I'm not even sure if Ram Man had a nose guard. I added that in this one, but I was saying as I did it, like I don't. I think I added that. And yeah, Ram Man. At least the first two versions, the 80s and the 2000s. I don't know if they. I don't think they came out with another one, but both of. Oh, I want this to be 100%. But both of those were, I believe, just fixed expressions. And again, I don't remember the nose guard. That I'm not as sure about, but the switching expressions, no. Manny-Face could switch, like, to a monster and all that kind of stuff. But Ram Man. The second figure was better, but the first figure was like garbage. It was just like a hunk of plastic. The arms swiveled like this and didn't even bend, and they had like stickers for wristbands, and they had like no definition on him, even though he's supposed to be muscular. And his legs were like spring loaded, but it didn't work very well. Let's see. Abe Sapien. Oh, before I get cut off or my phone died. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Sapien. Merry Christmas to you all. And Samurai says, describe more of the cell shading process now that I'm working digitally a little. You too, Abe. Looking forward to 2019. Cell shading, all I'm really doing is here. It's instead of matching the color and making like a darker version like you would with markers, or even when I color traditionally when I color digitally, but it's for a more finished piece, I'll do highlights and shadows of that are versions of the color of flesh or whatever, and then I might put in like another light from a side or put in like a blue to cool it, and like there's a lot of different colors and depending how long you want to go. Cell shading generally, you take straight black and fill in all the colors the same, and there's not going to be a highlight. So this like the only shading, and like my understanding is that it comes from the olden days of animation when everything was on plastic acetate, and so you wouldn't even always have shading. But if you did, it was just one extra layer of black on top because you couldn't take the time to really shade unless it was like a Disney movie or something. And even then, I don't know how much they did it. So it's the same, you pick a light source or whatever, and the actual, hey, Santa, and the actual process is still the same as far as making decisions of what you think should be shaded or how it should look or whatever. But I did all black there. And then I'll take it and lower it to 50%. Or, maybe I could, if I want it less dramatic, I could do 25%. And that's basically shell shading. Cell shading in a nutshell. It's the simple version of it, which I do a lot in these quick sketches, and I do a lot of doing something, more animated style, quote unquote. All right, I'm going to select all the flesh color here, and I'm going to erase the rough lines on that. And then I'm going to do a little bit of haphazard erasing. I'm going to pick a weird textured brush to erase. Why is this sticking? Okay, there we go. To erase some in here, just so it doesn't look so perfect. And I'll bring this down to 50%, and then we'll be done with this. Oh, I guess I should put a color in the background, which Dolly Girl said hot pink, but I don't know if she was talking about this or a different one. I like hot pink in general. It is actually one of my favorite colors, but I don't think it'll work so good for this guy because the red and the everything else in there, I don't think it would fit. I think actually I'm probably going to go green because the red and green are complementary colors, and he actually has green pants, and it's Christmas, and got a lot of reasons to make it green. So I'll throw a flat green like that. I don't like that. Let me do a darker green. And then I'll go in and just brighten that green up a little bit. I'll use the same texture brush I was using to erase, but now I'll make it a brush to brush with. What did I do with it? Actually, no, who cares? I'm not going to bother trying to find that same brush. I wasn't really paying attention to what brush I was using. Let's see. Ox says, oh, I like that process. Seems much easier than... Oh, it is. It's much easier. Ape Sapien, yes. Better than fiddling with the filters. Yeah. I actually don't mess with filters at all. I'm a bad Photoshop user. Like, I do everything... Like, I have a million layers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have... Oh, this is my highlight layer. This is my shadow layer. This is my heavy highlight layer. This is my heavy shadow layer. This is my, purple light from the left layer. This is my, blush layer and everything. I know a lot of people will put in like a bunch of red or whatever and then like adjust it. And then like adjust the layer. I did a stamp instead of the erase. But I've never really learned to do it. I'm sure I could figure it out, but like I've just like the masking and they'll just like slide the slider bar and be like, oh look, everything is slightly more of a blue hue, whereas I'll actually put like a sheet like a layer of blue and bring it down to 5% or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know how much more work I'm doing creating for myself, but I've never felt the need to move on from that. So, all right, I'm just gonna let this be done. So let me save it. Save as Mr. Ram Man. Excuse my sniffles. Still getting the last little bit of cold out of my system. I feel good. I just don't sound good. All right, Ram Man is done. And let me erase all of this Jim Jammers. I'm going to mute for a second while I take a sip. And I'm back. All right, so let me look at the requests here. I know we had a few. Oh, Dolly Girl Green is good. Thank you. I'm glad. Uh-oh. Why did my chat disappear here? That's weird. I had two chat windows open, and one of them just completely disappeared. Huh. All right, well, I'll look at the other chat window. I don't need both chat windows. What am I, some kind of millionaire? Oh, my snow seemed to have stopped. That's weird. Oh, something's happening. Ariella is now hosting stream with one viewer. Well, thank you very much. I think I kind of squabbled your name there. I said it a little quickly, but I appreciate the host. So we're gonna get into the request now. I just want to double check what requests we got here. But my chat is like kind of lagging a little bit. Let's, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and open up Twitch and just look at my own page and see what's going on there since my plugins are not. Oh yeah, I got a lot of windows open. That might not be helping. Whoa, something else good just happened. Something else good just happened. Let me see. What happened? I missed it. I missed it. Oh no. Somebody did something nice. I feel like my plugins are being weird. I'm gonna switch off this and then switch right back. It's gonna say be right back, but I mean in like 1 second. And I'm back. Okay. Holiday bundle. Okay, now the holiday bundle's working. I don't know if it was frozen for you guys, but it was frozen for me. Hey, there's Santi. Santi Nico. All right, and on my page, sorry for the delay. I'm not sure what's going on here. I just want to get it straightened out before I go on to the next request. So I'm checking my channel. That seems okay. That seems okay. All right. I guess it's okay. I can't tell if I'm still getting chat or not, though. If somebody could just throw something in chat, let me know. Because the last thing I see is Dolly Girl said green is good too, and I don't know if that was the last thing that happened. All right, so requests, we had Goth Rainbow Bright with, oh yeah, I'm going to restart this. My Streamlabs chat bot is just being a butt, so I'm going to restart that. So we had Goth Rainbow Bright with a mohawk, although I question the validity of the mohawk edition, if that was just as a joke or not. Then we had Crowbar from the Wrecking Crew. I'm going to turn on a little fan. It's getting hot in this place. Ah, that's nice. Nice little breeze on my visage. Were those the only two? Chatbot's reloading. Hopefully it kept all the old chat. It did not. So those are the only two that I see in this level of chat. If I'm missing one, throw it out, and I'll consider it for next time. So I'm kind of down. I'm going to do Goth Rainbow Bright. Sans Mohawk, because I think you were just kidding, but also I don't really associate Mohawks with Goth. I mean, that's not 100% true. Certainly, a Goth could have a Mohawk, but I don't know. Unless you feel very strongly about it, I'd prefer to leave it out. Oh, okay, Erzuki, I am seeing your chat. Thank you. Oh my God, Goth Rainbow Bright. Yeah, that was Dolly Girl's idea. So I'm going to do that. Let me see. I'm just pulling up a Rainbow Bright reference on my right-hand side here. I kind of know what she looks like, but again, out of my head. I don't want to redesign her. I'm already redesigning her to be Goth, so I don't want to redesign her. Oh, it's 2 words. I did Rainbow Bright as 1 word. Okay. Here she is. She was in the 80s. Did they ever reboot her? I don't remember ever seeing a reboot. I mean, she was very 80s. Okay, here's a good reference. Oh, that's actually somebody else's drawing of her. That's not so good. She had big hair. I didn't remember how big her hair was. All right, so can I show you this? No, I can't. Let me copy and paste real quick just so everybody could see who we're talking about here. Voots. Can you see that? Let me make it a little bigger. I'm not going to use that reference pose, but that's the character we're talking about. That is Rainbow Bright, but we're going to goth her up. So as you can imagine, she will be certainly less rainbowy. All right. So I'm going to do a full body picture this time. I realize I've been doing a lot of headshots, so I want to mix it up. I'm going to go back to the soft opacity brush. I'm going to go back to 75% opacity on the brush. Zoom out a little bit. Oh, there's a refresh chat button. Okay. Oh, good. Everything's working now. All the things that weren't working, now it's working. It was a real request. All right, if you really want a mohawk on her, but I might put an embargo on mohawks after this. I don't like the idea of everything just getting a mohawk just 'cause. I'll become Mohawk Man. I don't want to be Mohawk Man, but I'll do it for this one. Mashidar, they tried once. Wait, I think that was Strawberry Shortcake they tried to reboot. I recall stocking tons of toys. That makes sense. I kind of remember seeing some new Strawberry Shortcake toys, but not Rainbow Bright. Okay, so let me get into this. Let me make a new layer, and we're gonna dim down this Rainbow Bright. But that brush is way too big. I want to keep it there. All right, so kind of got a big head. She's almost like a doll come to life. I mean, I remember there were dolls of her. I don't remember in the show. I think she was supposed to be just like a magic little girl in the show, but I guess they designed the character to be a doll. I mean, I don't know the history. I'm kind of making it up, but it looks to me like with the proportions and like the floppy arms and stuff, it looks like she was designed to be a doll originally. All right, so there's that. I think put her down a little bit too low. Let me zoom out. Maybe make her overall. Oops, what is that? Did I make a weird line? Yes, I did. Okay. Haha. I'm going to make her overall a little bit smaller so that I have room for the big hair. Because goth or bright, she's got a big old 80s hair pop. So we'll put that up. And then I'll do the hair the way she has it normally first and then go from there. It's kind of all pulled up and she has like a widow's peak. Like her eyes are really close. She has like a small forehead. And then I guess it's sort of like it's like a ponytail braid going around the front, but yet she's got like a bow and then a big old like ponytail thing coming down here and then some extra ones coming up here. There's Santa! That means I'll drink some soda. Hello? Hello. Now I'm back. Thank you for telling me you lost the audio. I was just recounting the chat, but that's funny because I read Mashtar, a request to toss on the list. Lost audio, LOL. I'm like, what is lost audio? Tron! Oh, Tron's a good request. I'm a big Tron fan. Um, his unplugged headset, Devil Soda. You know what it is? When I lift this up, when I put it down, I'm unmuted, and sometimes the little toggle switch doesn't 100% catch. I could see like the little readout that says I have audio right now, so I know I'm good. There we go, Mashadov says. Devil soda! It is. It's got no sugar, it's got no caffeine, yet somehow is full of devil juice. All right, let me bring this down. This is going to have to be at least a 3-passer on this one. So I'm going to bring this down to 50, and we'll go back in, try to get the pose. I'm trying to figure it, because I've never actually drawn Rainbow Bright, so I'm sort of drawing Rainbow Bright and redesigning her as a little goth. Although I do feel like a lot of it is going to just be the pose and the omission of color. I think are going to be the two biggest things that make her goth, as opposed to as opposed to bright, I should say. She'll be rainbow goth, rainbow dark. Yeah, rainbow, rainbow dark for now. But I feel like we can maybe even do better. So she's sort of got these like leg warmer arm things. I should tuck that. Oops, I want a regular eraser, not this funny eraser. Come here, regular eraser, and we'll bring you down to a manageable size, like 30 pixels. So she's crossing her arms because she's got a bad attitude. Cause she's like, whatever, I don't care about all your rainbow puffy nothing. And then she's got bare legs, but not. I mean, she has human legs with no coveralls. And then she's got sort of booties, but I think maybe we'll give her fishnets in there, since she's gothos. And then she's got boots, but we'll kind of kissify them. I know, well, I say kissify, which isn't goth at all, but like make them black stompers with like buckles and, you know, that kind of stuff. We'll change those a little bit. But keep them nice and big, which is good because the original had big boots, and so the proportions kind of work. And we'll go back in with some more detail in the next pass there. Excuse me. And she has sort of a rainbow, but actually we can't even see it because she has her arms crossed now. And I think I made the dress a little too big on that side, so let me go ahead and erase some in there. And what did I see in chat? Double Mohawk a la Prodigy. Wait, did you say that already? Yes, you did, and I responded to it, but you didn't hear me because I was muted. I'm not sure about that. I don't think I want to have her because I think he had his head shaved in the middle, and I don't think I want to make her that crazy looking. I want to still keep her kind of in the realm of cutesy Rainbow Bright, like as though she could be on the show, but again, like a negative, reverse, evil version of Rainbow Bright, where she like shows up and she has like she's melted crayons onto herself so she looks colorful, and everyone's like, Rainbow Bright, what's the matter? Nothing's the matter. I love color. You know, like give her some heavy not eyeliner. Well, eyeliner, yeah, but that's not what I'm thinking of. Like a mascara and like what do you call the makeup on the top of the eyelid? I don't know. Heavy eyelid makeup. That's what she's got. And then she's got this little. Let me look at my reference for the face because like a lot of cartoon characters, she's got a real specific design of the face. She's got a little dink nose, like two little nostrils, and then like dink. And I think these eyes need to be moved apart a little bit, actually. She's got very wide set eyes, unrealistic to humans. Her whole proportions of her face are very, I guess they're supposed to emphasize how young and innocent or whatever she is, because it's almost like baby proportions on her face, even though she's like a girl, you know, not as young as a baby. Not as young as a baby. She's a girl baby. Excuse me. Let's see what's said. Diane Glitter says, I like Stompers. Well, Stompers like you. Thanks for joining us on this holiday edition of TRL. And then Abe Sapien, not goth enough then. Ha 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 ha. We'll get there. We'll get there. And back. Samurai Ox is back. Here comes Santa Claus. Right down Gazbot Lane. Thank you for the bells, Santa. Dolly Girl, welcome back. Eyeshadows. Eyeshadows? Yeah, eyeshadow. That's right. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, Diane Glitter. Smoky eyes, says Abe Sapien, getting very specific and accurate. But I think smoky eye is not heavy enough for what I was going for. But again, looking at her face, I gave her a bigger chin, and she has this little squatty little baby face, almost like a Rugrats face. Now that I'm looking at it, like Angelica or somebody from Rugrats. And then, but the crazy thing is like her hairline, it's so like it's like down here, like it's crazy. So I'll do that, and then I think we'll keep the hairstyle kind of the same on the bottom. We'll darken it up, I guess, if we go into the color phase, and then maybe what we'll do is kind of give her like a faux hawk. Like instead of this big ponytail, she'll just have like this. So it's sort of you got the mohawk thing going, but not the shaved sides. And then bring this back around a little bit. And then instead of those, we'll kind of give her those little Chelsea things that come down like this that I like to draw on my character boots, actually, even though she doesn't technically have that haircut. And then give her a little smirk smile. Like she doesn't think yeah, you guys love color so much, why don't you marry it? Because again, she's sort of like a not very threatening evil character. All right, let me get rid of this bottom layer, and let's look at this a little clearer. I think I want to put some. Okay, so she has a star. Rainbow Bright has 1 star. I'm gonna give her like 3 stars, so it looks more like Hot Topic-y. And then some more tread on the boot treads, stompets. All right, let me see what does chat say. Chat says, Rave Safety says raccoon eyes. That's closer. Dolly Girl, she looks awesome. Thank you. We're not done yet, but thank you. Airzuki saying, hello, Diane Glitter, and here's some cat love. Proprietary emotes from Airzuki's channel. I'm going to take another devil sip. Ooh, that's devilly, and I'm checking the audio so you can still hear me. Good. All right, so we're going to bring this down. I'll go ahead with one more pass. Did I put 2 layers on that? Why is that on a sec? Oh, I put that on the background like a fool. Like a fool I did. All right, let me merge this down. Merge down. Make a new background layer. We'll keep background white for now. Might turn hot pink later. Who knows? And then we'll put a new layer here. And we're going to go in and we're going to call this our ink layer. Although, obviously, A, it's not ink because it's digital. And B, we're keeping it pretty loose since we're on a time crunch here. And don't forget to throw out any requests if you have them. There are not a ton in the chat right now, so your chances of getting chosen are high. And it's only 6:10. I go to at least 7, sometimes longer. So we'll definitely be getting to a few more requests this evening, this very evening, this holiday, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Festivus for the rest of us kind of night, evening, day, whatever. You know what I'm saying. Or if you don't, then you're not too far off from where I am, because I don't know what I'm saying half the time. All right, there's that. The only thing I don't like is I don't want it to look too trolly, like the troll dolls. So I think I'm going to make a more specific division here. And then instead of that like weird sort of whatever you call like piece of hair that's knotted up there, I'm going to give her like a headband and I'll put some studs on it. And we'll make this like a black and silver headband. I think will help. Again, it'll help with the gothy thing as well. Put some black on the bottom of that. I mean, we'll color it black, but I'm also adding a darkness. It's all about the darkness. Rainbow dark. Or actually, maybe it's darkness bright. No, that doesn't make sense. I feel like having it's funny to have rainbow dark. I guess it's a rainbow of how could you be a rainbow dark? It's just gray and shades of black. That's my rainbow. Oh, she's so dark. But why do you hate the light? Why can't they exist together? I don't know. That's the lesson I'll learn at the end of the show, I guess. Diane Glitter saying hello to Airzuki. I like the snow and Christmas lights. I do too. Thank you, Diane Glitter. And I like that Santa shows up every once in a while. There was an option for holly. I didn't want holly, so I turned it off. Dolly Girl, me too. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into the face here. I'm going to zoom in for the eyes. I'm zooming in because I want them to kind of what I should have done, and I don't have time, but I should have looked up like the evil characters on Rainbow Bright and maybe tried to model after their eyes. But again, I don't know. I keep saying this is like some kind of evil clone of Rainbow Bright, but her eyes are so like happy, and I don't really want that. So where I'm diverging the most from like the design sheet or the style guide, I should say, for the show is the eyes. And if I had more time, or if this was going to be something more official, I would spend a little bit more time figuring out the eyes, but for now, I'm just going to have to... Actually, that came out better than I thought as far as being on model. Okay, and her little nose, it's sort of just like 2 nostrils, and then just like a hint of the rest. Most of it's done in color, so I'll leave that as it is. Maybe I'll put a little bit more messy black down that way. But yeah, I was doing it too nice and neat. It should be more messy, like... my name is Filthy Bright. I don't believe in cleanliness or goodness. Let's see. Abe Sapien. Dark Side of the Rainbow. Color pink for irony. Dark Side of the Rainbow. I like that. Rainbow pink. Or just pink. Rainbow pink. I feel like the name has to still be sort of like an evil version or a dark version, if not evil, of Rainbow Bright. Like it has to have rainbow in it or bright in it. It has to be a 2-part name. Doesn't have to. Nothing has to. This is all just us playing around. But in my mind, I'm approaching it as though I was working on the show in the 80s and they're like, we need a dark version of this character, but not too dark because it's, a kid's show. And that's, I guess, the vibe I'm going for. So, and again, that's why I have her smiling because it's like, she's like, ha ha ha, I like when people fall down. Like, that's the kind of evil she is. Ah, look, they got hit with water balloons. Why do you pull pranks on everybody? Ah, because it's funny. Hee hee. But you could have fun helping people. Only suckers like you. Like, that's the level of evil we're going for here. And, like, maybe at the end she does learn a lesson and kind of helps them to stop some bigger evil or something. But then the next episode she's back causing her, like, dark pranks. Smoking cigarettes. Not smoking cigarettes. She can't smoke cigarettes, I guess, in that world. But she would want to. Give her a couple little flyaways. Maybe one up here. Fly away. Because Rainbow Bright has a lot of flyaways. There we go. Let's see. Oop, let me move this so I could read the chat better. Check. Yes. Diane Glitter, nose ring. Maybe she should have a nose ring. She should have some piercings for sure. I'm not sure about a nose ring because personally I'm not a big fan of nose rings, but I'll take it under advisement. Mashador says, LOL, so I Googled to see Dark Rainbow Bright and came up with a character called Dark Princess that was in some Rainbow Bright movies in the 80s. Oh, well, there you go. I'm glad I didn't look because I would... Santa! I'm glad I didn't look because I probably would have been influenced by that. Abe Sapien, Ebony. Ebony could work. Dolly Girl. Rainbow Bright and the Star Stealer is one of my favorite movies. I probably saw that one as a kid, but I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Mashstar. They did do a remake of Rainbow Bright in 2014. Okay, so who knew? Not me, but now Mashstar does, and now we all do as well. Diane Glitter says, maybe she should vape. She probably should, but again, I'm going for a vintage look, not a modern look. Vintage evil, quote unquote evil goth. A lot of good ideas going around. I mean, we could easily do like a whole night of different versions of Dark Rainbow Bright, but I'm gonna continue on the direction we're here now. I will probably go and do a piercing of some sort. I don't know if I'll do nose, but I'll do something. Yeah, I don't know if vaping would be better than smoking either. Now that I think about it, for like in terms of what's okay for kids, it shouldn't be. I mean, it's basically the same thing. But yeah, some argument could be made that no, vaping's fine. Yeah, let me see. Maybe I'll. Oh, you know what? Here, this is like those leg warmer, arm warmer things, but I'll just turn all of them into bracelets. All of them into like spike bracelets, or like this one's leather with buckles. And then this one's got big spikes. The other one had like little studs. This one's actually got spikes. And then her hand's tucked in. And then that's all black. And we'll do the same thing on this side. Lots of bracelets and all like leather. Again, like I always think of like Hot Topic type stuff. It's probably a little bit more 90s than 80s, but she was on the cutting edge even then. And then I'll just make this striped, like Johnny the Homicidal Maniac, Invader Zim kind of aesthetic to it. And she has a rainbow, but it will be gray and black. It'll be the ebony rainbow. And then, oh, you know what? This is what we got to do. We got to frill up the bottom of this. This is all ripped and tattered. She doesn't care. She's been playing in the mud, throwing rocks at kids, having her version of fun. And then we'll go back in with these stars. Oops, missed that one. Let's see. Maybe she snake bites. Ape Sapien snake bites. I don't know what snake bites are. Is that a fashion accessory, or are you saying she should literally have snake bites on her arms? I don't know the name of snake bites. Dan Glitter says, just kidding, like the arm gear. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, so let me turn that off for a second. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely have to put a quick color layer on this. We're doing okay on time. We could do a few more. All right, here's her stompers. I'm going to give her big, chunky, kind of, what do you call them, like waffles on the bottom. Make that real obvious. And then put kind of a steel toe right there. And some crazy buckles. Another crazy buckle. Another crazy buckle. And then this thing, just the top of the boot. There we go. Let me turn that off. Yeah, big old stompies. And then we're going to make these fishnets. And then this one, stomped up. Let me bring the opacity on this down a little bit more. Bring down to 50 there. Okay, getting close to that. I'm going to take a sip. Checking, yes. Ape Sapien, piercing studs, 2 lower lip piercings. Might go with that. That's it's not too intrusive. I can see that working. I'm going to revisit the face in a second after I get done with these waffle stomps. Probably made the texture on these a little bit weird, but whatever. It's all fakey. It's all fakey. Like fakey is the name of a skateboarding trick. I know that is accurate, but I don't know what the trick is. We'll pretend it's when you go up to do a skateboarding move and you hit your lip and you pierce it twice in the bottom. You're like, ah, fakey! That's how she got her piercings. I don't go to the store. The store is the streets where I smash up my face. Now I'm pierced. Anybody that pays to get pierced is a poser. All right, so let me turn this. Actually, I could just totally erase this layer. I don't need it. Unlock. Erase. All right, so let me, before I go up to the face, let me put a little bit more black in these boots. Again, I could do it with color as well, but it's going to be easier to differentiate because there's going to be a lot of shades of black. So if I start with some black in here right now, it'll make it easier later because these boots probably are going to be completely black anyway. Okay, and I'll do the same thing with some of her wristbands. Put some black in the wristbands. Shoots. Okay, so let's go up to her face and give her some piercings here. I'm gonna bring this down to 21. I should give her some piercings in her ear. Several, and then like a big cartilage one up top. And then, yeah, I'll give her a little lip piercing. Did you say 2? I don't know if I want to do... Oh, wait, here's what we'll do. We'll do 2, but we'll do 1 is like a ring, and then 1 is a stud. Like that. Okay, cool. Put a little bit more mess over here. And you know what? Rainbow Bright has this little studded thing. Maybe Rainbow Bright, was she from space? Because she does look like she's wearing a spacesuit. Was that her original origin? Dolly would probably know. But I'm going to turn these little studs into spikes because it's already a studded necklace that Rainbow Bright has, so it's easy enough to just throw some spikes in there, and there we go. All right, let me zoom out. Okay, I'm going to throw a color layer in now, I think. Let me see what chat says. Piercing studs to Danny F9. Hello, welcome. I think you were here last week. Danny F9, but we could just call you Danny. That's what I remember. Welcome back. Airzuki, like this would be a really cool design for a statue figure toy. Let's 3D print this. All right. Anybody want to 3D print this? Do it. Let's do it. We'll get one for everybody. Yeah, Dolly Girl agrees. Love it. Do it. Ape Sapien. It looks Scotty Youngish. I'll take that as a compliment. Scotty Young's awesome. I wasn't going for that, but that's fine with me. All right, so I'll throw a quick color layer in, and then we're going to move on. Right now, my plan is to maybe do another Masters of the Universe redesign, but of course, we're still taking requests as well, so feel free to throw them out. I think I'm going to give her a really, really pale flesh tone, like almost pure white. So, and I'm gonna start by doing. You know what? Let me see if I could use the magic wand to grab the outside, so I don't have to actually draw it in. Maybe a little bit. Let's say select inverse color layer, and what do we get? Like halfway. Not great. All right, well, I'll fill in the rest real quick. Santa, Santa, flying around Gazbot Lane. The song isn't always the same, you see. Santa bells, flying on my screen. Then you see lots of colors, including red and green. Christmas! All right, so actually that wasn't too bad. I got most of it. So that skin color, wait, am I doing RGB or CMYK? Let me check my, yeah, I'm CMYK. That skin color, I want to make it a little bit paler. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now I will select all the color, and I'm going to pick a sort of gray, but a blue gray. Her skin is sort of a pinkish, orangish gray, and I'm going to color everything that isn't her skin color this gray, and then we'll go in and make darker and lighter versions of the gray, but the whole outfit other than her hands is going to be this color to start. This will be like the base because it'll all be black, white, and gray. Okay. Is that clear? I don't know. So there's that. Excuse me one sec. Sorry. Coughing, sneezing, all those things that you don't want to be a part of. Or if you do, well, I'm sorry, you missed out. Okay, so that's a good start there. Ape Sapien. Ape Sapien, very good, great, wonderful, awesome comparison. Thanks. Especially because we are throwing these suggestions at you like during Trunking Wheel of Fortune. Truth. Oops. That was way too close. So I'll do the same. I'm going to do the same with her hair. I'll make that all start with this sort of gray color. Although I might, like I said, she's going to be mostly monochrome, but I might throw in like a little bit of purple or pink or something just to make it a little bit more fun. And that'll be the thing too, going with like thinking of the character, like, oh, she has no color, she's all black and white, and everyone will say that. But then like at one point, like, she's not all black and white. She does have purple, or and then like when she does some good things, maybe that'll like shine, like her one little streak of purple in her hair will be like, woo, and she'll be like, I used up my good for the week. I'm out of here, losers. All right, Rainbow Bright, what color are her eyes? So I'd like to do the exact opposite eye color if I could. Rainbow Bright has bluish, greenish. They're blue. I guess they're just blue eyes. Okay, so what's the opposite of blue? Orange. So we will go orange. Orange eyes, which actually is cool. It almost makes her look like a little demon. Yeah, I dig that. And then we'll do white around it. Rainbow Bright. More like Rainbow Stupid. I crack me up. Like, that joke it doesn't rhyme. What are you doing? It doesn't have to rhyme, stupid. All right. So there's I was going to say, there we got our base, but I got to color in these little side jammers. Jammer 1. Oops, not the whole face, just the jammer. Oh, missing some chat here. What do we got? Dolly Girl 15. She's from a desolate land with the mission to bring color by locating the... Oh, okay, this is... Hold on. Let me just read it first. Dolly Girl says, she is from a desolate land with the mission to bring color by locating the sphere of light. In the movie, The setting expands to include the Diamond Planet Spectra. Okay, so that's the origin of Rainbow Bright, not the origin of this dark character. Gotcha. Thank you. So I was right. She is from space. So her outfit is kind of like a retro 70s, 80s spacesuit. And then per Wikipedia, fair enough. Danny, oh yes, can you draw my best friend? I don't know who your best friend is. If you send me a link to an image, I will take a look and put it on the request list. Are they a character or a cosplayer of some sort, or are they just a regular person? Send me whatever picture you have, and we'll take a look. There goes Santa. Santa's coming by more often. I'm not. I originally thought it was on a preset interval, but now I'm not so sure. All right, I'm gonna pick white. I'm gonna go in and do some white highlights first, mostly for the spikes and stuff like that. How are we doing on time? 6:30. Man, yeah. Well, whatever. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this because there's not going to be as many get done as we normally get done because I'm taking quite a while on this one, which actually brings me back to why I probably normally just do headshots. Um, but everybody seems to be having fun with this one, so if we get a few less done overall, hopefully that's for the greater good. And then some white on these stars. Abe Sapien, gotta bail. Have a great night and great holidays. Bye! Abe, you too. Enjoy your holiday season, however you choose to spend it, and enjoy your night, however you choose to spend it. I just repeat myself, why not? All right, some white on the buckles here. Buckle. And these are not very accurate buckles, but that's fine. Which, I mean, it's a cartoon, but also, the reality of the fashion that you would get from like Hot Topic or something like that isn't always make sense either. All right, so there's that. So now I'm going to go in and get a dark gray. This will be like, well, it's basically black, but I'm not going to actually color it black. So this will be the darkest color, and I'll put this on the headband, and then I'll go back in and do a little bit of a light gray, and then a cell shade, and we're nearing the finish line on this one. I could see the light at the end of the tunnel, as they say. Okay, got a link from Danny. And then real Diane Glitter, she's so cute. Well, thank you. I'll take a look at that link in between when I finish this one, Danny. Okay, so we're gonna put some dark on here. She is pretty cute. I agree, Diane Glitter. We'll let her stick around for a while. Oh, I forgot to put white on this. Let me go back to, because she has the spikes there, but I totally forgot to put them in. So I will do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll merge that down. Merge down. Done. All right, and then I'll go back to this darker color. Okay. And we definitely want the darker color on the boots for sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color the top of the boots like this. And then I should be able to fill it with the paint tool, hopefully. Paint bucket tool, I should say. Kloop. Kloop. Ah, the first one worked, second one didn't. All right, we'll try that again. All the way down. Ah, it won't work. All right, so we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Going around the mountain, going around the mountain, going around the mountain as we color the boot. Going around the mountain, going around the mountain. All right, there's those boots. And let me zoom out. Oh, you know what? Because she's got the rainbow. So we want to put a dark color on the rainbow there. And actually, I should put the white as well. Rainbow black and white? Rainbow black and white, maybe. Maybe. And then the dark color we'll give her on here as well for these shoulder pad things. And should have had some of that. All right, let me zoom out, see how we're... Oh, no! What? I somehow accidentally erased all the color on top. What happened? Were you guys watching? I don't even understand how I did that. Ah, oh, bummer. Oh, man. Let me see what happens if I erase one. No, you know what? I'm going to have to just redo it real quick. Oh, man, that stinks. That is a stinky poop. Luckily, we can fix it pretty quick. It's mostly just her hair. Chat, Diane Glitter's so cute. Danny says F. And then in the chat, please. In the chat, please, what? Uh-oh, what's going on here? Something, that was weird. Okay, there we go. Somehow it got fixed. I don't know what happened. I got it fixed. I see, Danny, I see that you put a link to an image, which I'll take a look when I get a second, but I don't know what you mean when you say in the F in the chat, please, or in the chat, please. I'm not sure what you're referring to. All right, let me look at her all the way. Okay. I need to color in her piercings. I'll do that with a lighter gray like this. Not all piercings are gray or silver, but for her, I feel they should be. Then I'll go back and put a little gray in the rainbow and maybe the bottom of her skirt to differentiate it a little bit. Danny says, F in the chat, please. It got cut. F for rip. F for rip. Are you talking about that the link didn't work? Is that what you mean? If the link, I mean, you could post the link again if it didn't work. If you're saying it's missing the letter F or something, I'm not 100% sure what you mean. I would say if the link is not working, just repost a correct link. And I'll give her some steel toes there. Okay, let's look at her widescreen. Pretty good. I think she could stand to have a little bit of, well, I say color, but I should say value because it's all obviously mostly monochromatic. Okay, now I did talk about adding a little color. She's got the orange in her eyes. Maybe I'll put just like a pink streak. Well, we were talking about giving her a hot pink background. So maybe I'll make it more of a purple. Yeah, like a dark purple. That makes sense because it's colorful, but it's dark. And we'll just put it like as though she has a streak going through here up into her faux hawk area. Yeah, I like that. And maybe an extra one over here. She's got two little streakers. That's probably plenty. Hey, Santa, coming down Gasby Lane. And then, let me see what hot pink looks like in the background here. Ha! Yeah, that works pretty well. I think I'll do a rim light around her just to pop it out. So let me select inverse, get a white, edit stroke. Yep. That's pretty good. I was going for 80s. I feel like I hit 90s, but that's not too bad. Maybe I'll put a quick layer of cell shading over it, and then we'll call it done. Select inverse. Let me look at chat. Dangler, that link didn't work for me. Danny says it did. Nice. Okay, yeah. In a minute, I'll check the link and see if it works for me. Excuse me. All right, so quick cell shade layer. And if anybody has any other requests, I think Danny has that one, and what was the other one that was up before? I already forget. Yeah, feel free to repeat your requests too. And let me see how we're doing on time. Yeah, we're okay. We got at least a half hour, if not more, depending on how it goes. All right, so we'll pretend she's got light coming from here, so all the shadow will be on this side. And again, we're just doing quick cell shading. Cell shading. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. A little bit on the nose. Oh, this should be at 100%. Let me fill this in. And then we'll lower the opacity afterwards. There we go. Cuckoo, cuckoo. A little bit on the inside of the hair, underneath this thing. A couple strands like that. That's actually probably too much. And under the boot, and on this side, and under the dress, under her arms. A little bit there, a little bit on this hair, a little bit on the inside of that hair. Inside of the leg, inside of the foot, away from the light source. There we go. And bring that in like that. And then we'll take this all down to 25%. Aha! I am the worst today. I did all that on the same layer, which is a mistake I've made before. So now I have to undo all of that, and hopefully I have enough undo so I didn't wreck it. But basically I did it all in the color layer instead of being the layer above the color layer, which, again, unfortunately was a mistake I made before. Okay, so got rid of all that, and now I'll do it much quicker the second time. So flu-do-do-do, doing the same thing. Let me see. Dolly Girl, she grew out of color. She grew out of color in the 90s. Yeah, there you go. Building the lore for the character. I love it. And then Diane Glitter says Princess Monochrome. That works too, actually. We got a lot of good ideas for the name. As long as it's like a two name, I feel like that works because Rainbow Bright, Princess Monochrome, whatever. Like as long as it's two, it makes sense to me and my sensibilities for whatever reason. The way it works in my head. I'll have to go back and erase a little bit there, but I'm not going to do it right now. And fill all that in. A little bit there, a little bit there. Okay. Oh, wait. A couple stranders. So bring that down to 25. That's better. And then we'll go I'm going to erase the eye out and a little bit there. And just clean it up a little bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Erase that because that overflowed off of her body. And unlike usually when I do a background, I'll kind of soften it and put a highlight, low light, whatever. I think I'm just going to leave it just like that. And we'll call her done. Santa, your bells are ringing in the fact that she is done. So I'll save that. And we'll call her, I forget, well, we didn't settle a name. We'll call her Dark Bright, which makes no sense. That's fine. Princess Monochrome, Dark Bright, whatever. All right, so we'll go ahead and erase all this. Flutes. Oh, that one is locked, so I can't. Now I can. Here we go. Erase away. Yes. I'm going to take a sip. Test. Yes, I'm back. All right, so let me take a look at this link here. First link opens up. I'm looking at the link that Danny sent. So I have Danny's request. There was another one too that I'm forgetting now because we did. Was it Abe? Oh, Wrecking. Not what's his name? Wrecker Crowbar, the guy from the Wrecking Crew. But that was Abe Sapiens, and I think he left. So he's. I'm not going to pick the one of the guy that left. And then we had another one somewhere back there. If someone's here that had a request previously, post it up again so I could see it. Or if you have a new one too, that's fine as well. Okay, this first link is not working, Danny. Look at the second link. Okay, this one works. Yeah, I'm not great at likenesses. I think I said this last time. You gave me I think you gave me an original character last time. Likeness is not really my specialty, but I will consider it. Let me just make sure what else is going on. His name is Justin. Okay, cool. She's gonna be it's Ally Girl. She's gonna be the new background on my phone. That's cool. All right, so as of now, I'm gonna do the picture of Danny's friend Justin next, unless somebody has something that piques my interest. But in between, I'm going to do one for me. So I'm going to do another He-Man redesign real quick because we have time for two here at least. And well, I say redesign, but quick sketch I guess is better. And maybe I'll do Manny Faces because we're talking about how the similarities between him and Ram Man. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do a Manny Faces. Again, not too. Oh, I have the figure right in front of me. Maybe I have right here. But I'm not going to reference it too heavy because I just want to sort of get the feel for the character. And then after this, we'll go back to request mode. So let me put this 75% and soft pressure, and we'll bring that up to about 100. And I guess I could do the human. Or, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn this sideways. The canvas, I mean. Image. I got to rotate the canvas 90 degrees. And so the reason I'm doing that is because Manny Faces has a human face, a monster face, and a robot face. And so I'm going to do kind of like a quick version of all three, like as though he's changing. So I'm going to not worry about the helmet so much. I'm going to sort of do like this. So it'll be like three faces. So I'll have him in the middle, the human face, and then we'll have the monster, and then the robot, like that. Okay, and then so on this side, we'll have a little bit of the helmet showing, like that, and in the middle, a little bit of the helmet. Santa! Yeah, it's got to be a little bit random, because I feel like sometimes it takes 10 minutes, and sometimes he shows up twice in 5 minutes. All right, so, and then he's kind of a thing, like, if you can see, it's like, so I don't know if it's supposed to be a breather or just a design element or what that is, but I'll kind of put that. But we're going to make this a little bit more abstracted. So there's that. Bring this down to 50. And this is, I'm going for the original 80s version of Manny Faces, but the one that came out in the 2000s wasn't terribly different, at least in the face area. Take a sip. All right, Diane Glitter's got to go. Thank you very much for stopping by. Have a happy holiday and a Merry Christmas and a good night. In that order. What? All right, let me do another pass. I'll see if I can just do this in one pass because I want to keep it kind of loose. And because it's supposed to be like an energetic, like I'm imagining this like a panel from a comic, like he's changing into what? A monster, a robot. He could be anything. Ah. So the human face, he's got kind of a mask and white eyes, almost like a superhero, like Batman and Robin kind of domino mask thing going on here. So even his human face is, you could tell he's not a regular fella. No regular fella would wear a mask like that. What's he hiding? The fact that he's a beast and a robot. Oh. All right. I'm getting a little crazy now. Got to settle in. Got to settle back. Got to simmer down now. All right. So the helmet kind of has a hole in the middle. It's weird. Like the helmet, I don't think it really serves any protection. It's more like apparatus that allows his transformation, I guess is what it is. And for purposes, because in the toy they had to have an ability to like flip the faces around in the toy, so I guess that's why I had it. In the show, I don't know if they ever explained it or the comic or whatever, but in my mind, yeah, it's very big. It's part of like what makes his power work, I guess. And does he have anything on top? Hard to say. Well, we'll pretend he does, because he's got these little side plates or whatever on his face. We'll put another one on top. I think he was an actor originally. Uh, and the weird thing is like, okay, he was an actor and like Skeletor, somebody experimented on him. I forget the exact origin. I know he wasn't born this way. Um, well, actually, I don't know that. I assume that. But then I remember like him still being an actor afterwards, but he still has this crazy helmet and stuff. And it's like, yeah, he could turn into a monster and a robot, and if the play calls for that, that's great. But he always looks like this. It's not like he can wear a costume and be like, how do you lose yourself in the character when you've got this big old helmet and domino mask on your face? All right, so you know what? Hold on a sec. I have the other version of this character. This one, excuse me. This one you can turn the faces if you see. So there's the monster, there's the human, and there's the robot. So the one that looks more cartoon accurate, you can change the faces, but it's like an adult toy, collectible, whatever. So you have to like pull it off and change it. Whereas the other one, you could actually just spin it, spin to win. All right, so let's see the robot. I'm looking a little bit at the robot because I kind of forget what it looks like. He's sort of got one eye visor piece, sort of like this, and then it's almost like a skeleton, but like a good guy skeleton. Like, because the mouthpiece kind of comes down from the nose, like Sizzo, and then it's got these sort of things, which I guess is supposed to be like a voice box or something. But if you didn't know, you might think he's an evil character. And then this comes down into that, and then back up out into that. Yeah, the robot face needs some work. Partially because I've never done it before, so I think I'm getting it a little bit off model, but also it's just a little silly, interesting version. Like I'm a big fan of robots and mechanical stuff, and like it should be my favorite, but I kind of think the monster is better designed than the robot in this particular case. All right, and so that goes in there, I guess. Oh, I see. And so he still has these side cheek things. He still has them as a robot, and then this thing is still there, and then that goes up and out and over and back down, and then a little bit of helmet on top again. Cause it's like, where is he going? I kind of messed that up. Hold on a sec. Let me do that again. Because it should be down like this. There we go. Then he's got the helmet top, and then back down, and a little bit of a spinny top thing there. And then he's got these like cable tube things, which I'll show a little bit on the side, even though I didn't show it in the middle one. All right, and then let's erase that line. That shouldn't be there. And then let's move over to the monster side. Let me take a quick look at the monster face. Yeah, that's what I remember. He's got kind of like heavy fangs on the bottom jaw, like rah, 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 like that. Very angry. He's an angry man or monster, whatever as the case may be. Dandy says, "Oh my, I agree. Oh my," and he's got his tongue waggling around, and he's got like a little monster kind of pug nose. And then he's got heavy, heavy brow with like red demony eyes of anger. He's got angry eyes. He's also Christmassy because he's got a green face and red eyes. Everything's Christmas. Why not? And then I don't know if the monster has those purple things on the side, but I'm gonna put him in anyway and pretend he does because I like the consistency. That again, it's not a natural ability he has. It's all some sort of apparatus that allows him to create these transformations in my mind. And then we'll put this thing again and the cable. Hey Santa, going down Gasbot Lane. All right, and we'll bring this in there. Put the helmet on. We're getting close to being done with this portion. And we'll do a little bit of a sketch up there. Let me turn that off. Okay, so that's a good framework. Now I want to have like a, Yeah, we'll put like motion lines like, ooh, he just changed. This robot is really bothering me. Let me look at the robot figure face real quick. What am I getting wrong here? I mean, I didn't get it that wrong. It's just kind of derpy looking. I should have done a bit more of a redesign. Bring this down a little bit. That'll help, I think. And then he has a little piece right there. Let's see what we got. Hexamataz. Hey, everyone. How much did I miss? You missed about an hour and 15 minutes. We've been doing slow drawings today, though. Normally I get like 6 or 7 of these done, and this is only the third one. Our last request was Rainbow Bright from the 80s as a goth. And right now I'm doing a quick sketch of the He-Man character Man-E-Faces. And then we're going to do another request after this. So if you have a request, throw it out. We got time for at least one more request. Here on Twitch, I was going to say total. Twitch Request Live. This needs a little bit of black under here. I think I should do the same thing with the other two. There we am. Some black, just to indicate again that they're inside these like cavernous helmet things. And I might just throw a splash of color, not color the way I was everything else, but just a very evocative sort of Bill Sienkiewicz splashy, as much as I can with digital, just to sort of give the impression of what's going on. Let me pause real quick, or mute real quick, I should say. There, I'm back. For those that don't know, I was getting over a cold, so I'm a little coffee and sniffy. Pardon me. Oh, thanks for the cheer, Danny. I love it. Well, one little bit blasting out there. Poo, poo. I'm digging it. All right, so let me throw in some sloppy colors and see how that looks in this fine, fine fellow. Let me see what kind of brush. I'll get some non-traditional. There we go. Wet blender. Wet blender. And then we'll grab mostly blue, like his helmet blueness. And this brush way up to like 300. Oh, that's just a... I'm on Blender instead of on brush, like a fool. All right, give me a second while that figures out what it's doing. Danny, oh yes, I tried to download my OC from the last stream, but can't rip. I don't... Where did you try to get it from? From my Facebook or from Instagram? Those are the two places I'd put them. Which you should be able to download or screen cap them. Where'd you try to get it from? All right, back to this. Do. For some reason, I'm getting lag on my inputs. There we go. Okay, now it's going. Hey, look at us. What? It went back to Blender. This. I'm using the newest version of Photoshop, and it continually annoys me. I don't know if these are glitches or features, but stop it. All right, sorry. Because what happens is I'm trying to use a brush, and then it's going to Blender, and Blender uses up a lot of processing power, so I go quick, trying to sketch with the brush, and it thinks I'm blending, and so then it takes like 30 seconds to finish the command of blending nothing. Instagram. You should be able... worst case scenario, you could take a screenshot if you're using your phone off of Instagram. But you can also check out my I'm Gazbot on Facebook. I'm pretty sure I put it up there as well, and you should be able to just download it right from there. All right, back to brush. Now we're going. We're going all the way to brush central. Where's brush central? I don't know. Okay, now before I start brushing, I'm going to look and make sure. Okay, we're on brush. Okay, there we go. Oh, look, see, now it's happening. This is not as sloppy as I would like. I'm also going to bring this opacity back down to 50. Nope, not 5, 50. And just redo that whole thing. Okay. What is happening? I somehow keep undoing the new settings I put in. Whatever, let's just go for it. The whole point was to do this quick, and I'm slowing myself down trying to find the best way to do it quick. All right, so the blue for the helmet goes through all three, and a little bit on this part. It's sort of like a bib. It's not actually a bib for catching food, but it's in that same place a bib would be. Okay, and put some shadow in between these guys like this. All right, and then we're going to quick switch to green for the monster. And we'll put that all in there. And again, shadow on this side. And then we'll switch to silver for the robot, or gray, whatever you want to call it. Graybot. Doing quick color boasts. And then he has sort of a Caucasian, orangey, fleshy color to his skin tone. Like very tan, like kind of like Hulk Hogan. Probably a little tanner than this. So I will just go over it again, and it gets a little darker. Okay. And then some purplish red for these hosey things. I think they're all the same color. Yep. So we'll do that. And then a little dark on one side, a little dark on one side. And then, oh, you know what? We need more blue for this shoulder and this shoulder. Okay. And then we'll grab that same color. No, actually, it's red. More of a red for the mask up here, like Sizzo. And nope. Okay. Just checking I didn't miss anything in chat, and I didn't. Oh, red eyes, right. We'll use the same. Oops. We'll use the same red in the eyes that we were using on the mask. Okay, and a little bit there, tongue as well. Sure, why not? And now we'll grab a purple, and that purple will be for the cheek thingers, whatever you want to call them. So we'll go here, here. I decided to put it on top of the head. It's on the robot. We didn't know if it was on the monster, but I decided to put it on the monster. And we'll put a little shading on those. And we need some white for his monster teeth. Pop those out. There we go. Nice. And his white eyes. And the robot doesn't really have white, but I'm going to put some in here anyway because he's too plain. And then the robot's, I guess he's got green in his visor too, which I didn't realize. So that ties that together with the monster. All right. And then I'll throw a quick background color, and then we'll put a little energy lines. We'll make a sort of a dark yellow background. Yips. And then probably have to put some white in there because I didn't color all the way through on these. So we'll just quick do this. And we'll fill that in. And actually, I'll bring the opacity down to 75 so some of it bleeds through. And then on top of the whole thing, I'll put some motion lines. And then we'll be done with this and go back to request. Which again, right now, I think there's only 2 requests and 1 guy left. So if you want to throw a request in, right now, I think a new request would have like a 50-50 chance of getting chosen. So feel free to throw something out. You know what this? Yeah. Those motion lines. Hey, Santa, he's back. He keeps coming back. What a buddy. What a buddy he is. I think, yeah, a little bit more motion that way. Okay. We'll call this done. I could work on this forever, but you get the concept I was going for. It's kind of a little bit different than what I was normally doing. So I'll go ahead and save this as Man E Faces. Holy cow. I just got it. Because in He-Man, it's everything like Merman and Ram Man. So I thought it was just a way of getting man in there. And it's Man-E Faces. Like his name is Manny, and he has faces, Manny. But it's also many faces. That half of it never occurred to me. So I'm slow sometimes. Danny, it looks nice. Thank you very much, Danny. I appreciate the feedback on it. So let me go ahead and erase these, and then I'll double check the chat here. All right, let's see. So we're almost at 7. So this will probably be my last one. Not 100%, but probably. And I see that Danny's request for his buddy. And Mashstar had a... No, Abe Sapien had a request and left. Who had it? Did Mashstar have a request? I think Mashstar did have a request, but I forget what it is. Mashstar, if you're still here, tell me your request again. Oh, Mashstar requested Tron. Ooh, that might win. Let me see. Tron. Abe had the request of Wrecker, but he left. So we got Tron. We got Justin. All right. I'll do a quick Justin and then see how long that takes, and then maybe I'll do a Tron. But again, for reference, I'm not super great at likenesses, so don't expect this to be amazing at a quick sketch. This is something I would normally spend a lot more time on to get right. All right, there's that. So we'll do as we normally do and do a quick undersketch. Undersketch. Undersketch does whatever Undersketch can. No special abilities whatsoever. Oh, you know what? I should be able to zoom in on this photo. Save picture. Okay, close that. And now I'm gonna. I saved the photo so that I could look at it larger in my desktop, which is what I'm looking over to the side of the camera right now. I'm not trying to ignore you, fine peoples. I'm just trying to look at my reference. And I forgot where I saved it. Give me 1 second. You ever do that? You just save it and you're like, oh yeah, save. Wait, where'd it go? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to have to do that again. Luckily, the link is still there. Save picture as. Where did it save? It saved in. Oh, it saved in Twitch Request Live. I have a folder called Twitch Request Live that somehow I didn't realize that's where I was saving things to for my Twitch Request Live. As I said, I'm not always the quickest. Santa, you're back again? What a guy. All right, now I'm just looking for the folder. Twitch. Where's my Twitch Request Live folder? Sorry, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time finding this. You know what, let me just do a search instead of a visual. Oh, there we go. Perfect. I found it. Look at that. Okay. Now I could zoom in. I'm zooming it in. Zooming on over. Zoom over, little girl. Do. Oh my gosh. I had it and I lost it. What? There we go. I don't know why I'm having so much computer technical problems today. I apologize for that. Okay. Close. Erase that because I did not mean to put it in. And then we'll go back to the brush. Okay, now we're really going. I don't know what was happening before. Some kind of crazy town. Nope, we're still in crazy town. Hold on. There we go. Crazy town is fixed. Sometimes I use a stylus and I'm drawing on a Cintiq monitor. And sometimes, for some reason that I don't understand, it gets off-centered. Like I'm drawing here, but it's showing up like on my other monitor. And when that happens, I could fix it by hitting like the N button or something. And I guess maybe it's the thing where I hit the N button accidentally originally, but I don't realize it. But often when it happens, it takes me a minute to figure out what's going on. And that is what just happened right now. So I apologize for that. Boo, 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 boo. Brush tool. Oh my gosh, come on. There we go. Sorry. Trying to just get a rough outline here of this person that I'm looking at, named Justin. Nose, mouth, ears, and the eyes go above the nose. Yes, we're learning about faces. All right, bring this whole thing down to 50. And then we're going to have another layer on top of that, of course. We'll go ahead and call it, well, you know, I'll go black, but I'll keep it at 75% opacity. And I'll use a hard round pressure size, but I will bring it down to about 66 pixels. And we'll see what we got here. He's got short hair on the sides, kind of faded up into the thicker hair on top zone. And then chin coming down. Yo. My name's Justin. I got a chin. I also have a top of head. I got all the normal face parts a person would expect. All right, and he's got his eyes, but he's sort of partially closing them, kind of trying to look like a cool guy. Yo, I'm Justin. I'm a cool guy. You would like me. I'm nice. You want some apples? I don't know if he has apples, but if he did, he'd probably share them. That's the kind of guy Justin is, maybe. I don't know. I prefer to think, why not? Why think ill? If I don't know, I'll just assume he would share some apples. Good. Good, good, good. I'm going to refresh chat real quick. Okay. Now I'm drawing the nose zone. The nose zone. And then back up into some eyebrow. 2 eyebrows. That's the normal amount you would see. You don't have to have two, but that seems to be the standard human package. Okay, and then just a little bit of a smirk. A little bit. He's got kind of like last week we were talking about Jason David Frank. He's got kind of thick lips, kind of pouty. I don't know if pouty is the right word. Thicker than mine. Let's put it that way. I got some thin lip action going on. Okay, he's got like a little dimple sort of situation there. And then there's another cheekbone coming down into that chin. He's got a little bit of a goatee going on. A little bit of a mustache zone. And a little bit under his lip there. All right, I gotta put some more texture and color up here in the hair area. Let me move this reference picture real quick. Danny says he is nice. He's really nice. So good. I would expect nothing less if he's your friend, especially your best friend. Getting some hair texture. Put a little bit more here. I'll throw some color on top of this. Why not? So I don't want to go too crazy with the dark because I'll do some of that in color. And then he's got his neck coming up to his ear. He's got kind of a wide collar, open collar sort of thing going on. A wider collar than I have going on anyway. Hey, yeah. All right, bringing that down. And he has his hand up because he's taking a selfie, but I'm going to leave that out. I'll just put the shoulder in like this. All right, and let me see if I turn this down to like 10% maybe. I'll just get rid of it altogether. All right, so that's, let me see. Let me take a smaller brush to just go in and put a couple details. The eyes. And the lower lid. And a little bit more hair, but with a thinner brush, like so. And a little bit more hair here, same thing. And a little bit more texture up here. And quick neckline. All right, I'll throw in some color now, I think. And let's see, sort of skin tone. A little bit darker, maybe like this. Let's see. Let's see how this looks, maybe. Do. Looks about right to me. And we'll do like before, where we'll fill the whole thing in with one color and then go back and pick out other colors. So there's that. Oops. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that's the color I was going for anyway. Okay. And then we'll do some white for the eyes. White for the eyes. And then we'll do a darker, kind of a really dark brown to fill in the hair, which looks like it's almost black, but when you're coloring, it's usually better to not go 100% black because then you lose all the detail. But I'll go in and put in a shading layer anyway. Let me check the chat. For some reason, it's not refreshing. I talked before how I have two boxes for, I don't know why, but the one is refreshing and the other isn't, so it's confusing to me. Oh, I have this at 75%. I want this at 100%. That's what was messing me up. There we go. Now it's the dark. Now it's the color I wanted it to be. Let me move my reference back up top. Okay. Probably made the side of his hair a little bit too dark, so I'll fix that in a minute. And gotta go his shirt is also, it's black and gray, but I'll use like a dark blue for the black on that part, and then I'll grab the gray for the collar, open collar sort of situation. The loose lapels, as it were. Ha 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 ha. And then we'll grab a different color, a little bit pinker for his lips. I'm getting more of an orange. I'm trying to grab pink. Here we go. Let's see. That's better. Something like that. All right, not too shabbo. And then we'll put some brown for his eyes. We'll grab the brown from his hair, make it a little bit lighter. And bring that right in like that. There goes Santa Claus. He's getting ready to leave Gazbot because we're almost at the end of our broadcast day here. Oops. did not mean to put that spot on the lip. There we go. All right. I'll put a little bit of pink here and here and here and here. Then I'll go ahead and put a little bit of shadow and highlight to, oops, somehow I missed the bottom of the face there. Just this little line didn't get colored for some reason. I will attend to that swiftly. Yes, and yes, and the gray. Okie doke. Now we'll go ahead and do the, well, you know what I'll do cell shading, and then I'll do a highlight layer too. I'm not going to do the super heavy. Normally with people with like flesh tones and stuff, I get really specific with my shading, and I take a long time to do it, but obviously I'm not going to do that for this sort of quick sketch stuff. But what I will do is, like I said, instead of just cell shading, I will also do a highlight layer. And I'll also make my cell shading a little bit on the brown side instead of fully black, because I think that'll help as well. Excuse me. So we'll put a shadow under the chin, of course. And then we'll put a shadow under the lapel. And a little bit under his nose. And the bottom of his top lip. And then under his bottom lip rather. Top, bottom, lip, whatever, you get it. And then a little shadow there on his nose, and a little bit on his eye. Doop, doop, doop. It looks like a little shadow this side. This whole half of his face, I think, we'll put in shadow a little bit. Yeah, that's good. And then the hair, shadow, and the eye. All right, and then if we bring this all down to 25, and then maybe I'll soften some of those spots real quick, like so. That's a little better. Shouldn't have so much shadow on the left side, I realize. Kind of messed that up. So I'll fix that right now. Yush. There we go. That's better. All right. And then I will go in with the highlight layer, as I said. And for this one, I will just keep it white, but I'll probably put it really, really low opacity afterwards. And I'm assuming nobody's really chatting. I don't see anything in chat, but as I said, what is going on? Thank you for the follow, Fat Paws. I was just about to say that I wasn't sure if my chat was going, but I guess it is. So thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. You will be upgraded to a cybernetic organism very soon, of your choice. You know, we have lots of great packages to choose from. And I'll put a little bit of highlight on the top of that lip. Now that looks really heavy, I realize, but I'm going to go ahead and take that whole thing down to 25. And then I think I'll take it down even further, maybe down to 15. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll throw in some background color. The hype. Yeah, Danny. So as we, let's see what kind of color we want here. Blue. I think blue would look nice. Let's do blue. Oops. Now this I will go in and soften. This is just the first pass. It would be much too harsh to leave it like this. So I'm going to take that, bring it down to 50. Actually, that's still too harsh. Bring it down to 25. Nope. Let me try that one more time. 25. There we go. And then, oops, I didn't want to get quite that big. Oh, man. Dolly Girl. Hype, 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 hype. Thank you for the hype, everybody. And once again, thank you for the follow, Fat Paws. I appreciate your chunky paws following me. All right, and then we'll put a little bit. Ooh, that is not the color I wanted at all. There we go. That's better. I wanted to put a little dark down at the bottom here. A little dark emotion, and then we'll bring that down to 25. Cool. And then we'll put a highlight layer up, higher up the higher layer. Up the higher layer? You know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. Good luck to us. All right, and then we'll put that down to 25. And then, let me see. I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to put one color underneath the whole thing. Maybe like a yellowish white. Like almost yellow white, but underneath the whole thing. Like that. And then I'll bring that down to 50. Just to tie it all together. There we go. All right, I'm going to call this done. That is Justin. That is Danny's friend. As I said, likeness is not really my specialty, especially when I do it quick like this. But it didn't come out too bad, actually. I'm not too displeased for the speed involved. All right, so there's that. So we didn't do as many as we normally do this week, I think. Oh, hype, hype, hype. Oh, actually, okay, okay. Airzuki. Okay, 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 okay. She's using the proprietary Gazbot emote that you can get if you subscribe. That's right. Okay. Anyway, we are coming towards the end of the stream here. I'm going to start wrapping up, but I appreciate everybody coming in, saying hi, giving requests, lurking, whatever the case might be, stopping by briefly, stopping by the whole time. It's always a good time. I love getting the requests. I love that we were able to have a holiday show before Christmas. I hope you all enjoyed my theme that I got. I was very excited about it. I know it's not that big a deal, but it pleased me and it warmed the cockles of my heart. What I'm doing right now is I'm setting up to do a raid on another channel. When I sign out, I like to, you know, forward the cheer, forward the love that way. But in the meantime, you can feel free to follow me if you're not. I'm on YouTube. You can check me out there. I rebroadcast old streams on YouTube, but I also have a couple of years worth of videos, art, and vlogs, and all kinds of stuff. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram, which are the best places if you want to see, the art that I've put up here. I usually repost them there. And yeah, so let me look over here real quick to see who is on that I could go ahead and raid to. Let me see. Maybe we'll find an art channel. Oh, here's an art channel. Okay. So we will, oops, hold on. I gotta set that up to raid real quick. So I'm not gonna engage it yet. I'm just gonna get it set up and then I will check the chat again and make sure I didn't miss anything. So let's see. Michael D. Nicola. Hopefully I got that right. Copy. All right, so let me check chat. Danny says, aye. All right, yeah. So I hope everybody has a good night. I hope you have a good holiday season, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. I hope it's all good for you. I should be back next Friday as normal. Sometimes I do streams in between, but I'm always here Friday, 5:30 to 7 at least. And yeah, that should be good. Let me see if this works. Yep, we are ready to raid. We're gonna raid in 7 seconds. So prepare yourselves for the raid. Meanwhile, oh, good night, Dolly girl. You too. Merry Christmas to you. For now, though, I am Gazbot, and I'm powering down.
Gazbot. Thank you for the host, man. Thank you for the raid. Apologies. I'm just ending the stream right now. I feel terrible. Gaz, hang on. What were you working on? Oh, man. Yeah, I just hit 4 hours. Send it to someone else. Art requests. You want to post anything? You want to post your Instagram? You want to post any of that good? Any of that good so people can see? Rip, yes, sorry.
Let me see your photos. I'm gonna click back on everything.
Yeah, show me what you got. Gazbot on Instagram. Gazbot. G-A-Z. Go give Gazbot a follow. Gazbot's dope. Don't mind me. Thank you so much for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. We're gonna pass the love. We're gonna keep this strain going. I'm gonna pass it on over to Jay Hansen Art, because that guy's a cutie.
Yeah, he is.